Well, welcome to the Nomad Outdoor Show. Today on this episode, we are getting ready for bow season.
Oh, welcome to
Deer in the Street. I don't know where it went to. That was a youngin'.
That was a little color.
Went in just past this side.
She's either the last of the group or the first of the group.
Well, that was...
But, all right, what was it? Welcome to season...
This is still season 13.
Okay.
Or 14, I don't remember. I think it's 13.
Welcome to this season of whatever season we're in, the beginning of the deer hunting adventures. Right? Got no more deer stuff, so it's all brand new deer type of stuff. And for me, this will be my 45th year not shooting a big buck. How many years is it for you not shooting a big buck? What year was the first year you
Actually,
hunted, whether bow or gun?
First year, I was like 19, I think.
So a few years ago.
Yeah, so, you know, if you want to say, okay, say it was 20 and I'm almost 60, so that's what,
It's
30
like the
years?
30th, yeah.
Yeah. I started hunting when I was in the Air Force. I was working as a crash fire rescueman, and my cohorts in crime, a couple of crew chiefs, they were civilians, and they came into the fire station and they were cleaning up and tuning their bows, and I was like, I was struck. That was it. I'm like, a bow, that's awesome. So I was in Tucson, Arizona, Davis-Monthan, and this tree came down. Right where, right in Tucson, Arizona, was PSE. They're
Oh yeah, PSE archery.
Yep. So the first bow I had was a PSE. They took me out there. They got me the bow, got me the right arrows, got me to the range, did some shooting, and the first critters that I hunted with my bow and arrow was mule deer up in the foothills.
Sweet.
Of Mount Lemmon in Arizona.
That is awesome.
So, knowing what I know now, we were kind of like still hunting, and I knew our chances were, now knowing what I know now, our chances were slim to none, because it's like we would be on one ridge and you go down the draw and come up on the other side, and that's where they were. But guess what was happening in that draw? It was blowing our scent right across the draw. So those things were, we could see them. We tried sneaking up on them, but they knew we were coming
Every single time. Yep. That's cool though. I didn't know that you were hunting mule deer. I guess I would have. I mean, obviously, I think the whitetail range goes to Arizona, does it? I know it only goes so far.
Yeah.
It's in a lot of states, but I don't know that it's over there. But.
Tried some javelina hunting, but I never saw none of those.
I think my first year.
I think I shot a jackrabbit one time.
With a bow?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
I know my first year, I firearm hunted, but I don't really remember where it was. I want to think I was in Kalamazoo. I was with a friend that did all the driving, did everything. All I had to do was go out there, and I think I was wearing a pair of snowmobile boots. If y'all remember what the old snowmobile boots used to look like. Just rubber on the bottom and felt like about that thick all the way around, and two pair of cotton socks and some cotton, the white long johns, and a pair of blue jeans, and I don't even remember. I think the hunting coat was whatever I was given, and that was like the very first time, and I saw nothing, and that was like the very first time I went. And then after that, I went with my buddy Randy, and ended up getting up into Harbor Beach as time goes on, and we progressed, and then got a bow and started flinging arrows and missing deer, and so yeah. But I know my hunter safety certificate says 1980, and that was the very first year. Actually, my very first shotgun says nice. It was an H&R 20 gauge single shot.
One of my bows I have signed by the the infamous Ted Nugent. I got a signature on one of my bows. I went through an evolution with bow hunting.
Oh, yeah.
I started with a compound bow, and I was a crack shot. I mean, I was the guys that were teaching me to shoot it. They're like, "Boy, you got a gift." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about this."
Pins on then, or were you shooting with a compound? Which is
I had one pin.
Okay.
And shooting fingers or finger tab.
Yep.
They had no release, no kisser button, no.
Right. Just a pin.
No.
Now, did you have a flipper rest?
Flipper rest.
Well, that did that, or was it just the plastic rest kind of stuck out like that? We were all. And did you shoot plastic veins or feathers too?
This guy's throwing like 8 billion questions at me. I can't answer that.
People want to know.
Nope, it was plastic veins, Easton, game getters.
Oh yeah.
I always shot a 125 grain arrow point, arrowhead. But then I was feeling pretty confident, and I bought a Hoyt, and I was hunting with that Hoyt for quite some time, and I felt pretty good about it. And
for all you Matthews people, Hoyt was the bomb back in the day.
And then I did, for Matthews persons, after my Hoyt, I bought a McPherson. But there was 1 year I got convinced to go traditional and hunt with a longbow, and that changed everything for me, because I was shooting pretty good with the longbow and I was pretty accurate. Unfortunately, I wounded a doe with that, and I shot too far. I shot like 35 yards. I should only been shooting 20 yards, and then I'm like, that's it. I'm putting this thing away. Went back to my compound bow. I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me, and kind of struggled ever since with my accuracy, and not so accuracy as much as consistency. And I haven't. Right now, I'm hunting with a Oneida
Kestrel, or right?
Yep.
Is it the Kestrel? Or,
Yep.
The
Kestrel. I've always wanted one of those. I thought that they were, almost like a recurve, but a compound bow. And I do okay with that, but I don't think me and the bow are one. I think there's a lot of things going on with the tuning of that bow that are just beyond me. I took it to a shop, I had them tune it, and that's sort of like, I can't tune it with aluminum arrows. If I get you into the carbon arrows, then it tunes better. I don't know if there was a sales pitch, but I eventually, conceded, and I've got 6 arrows, and now I guess I do okay with it. I'm still a little uncomfortable with shooting it because I don't have that consistency. It's not like dink, 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 same spot every time. But then there were also some changes with that bow. I had it tuned in for myself. I took it to the shop. They retuned it, and when they retuned it, which was the weirdest thing, is I was shooting a whisker biscuit, but I was shooting with the knock arrow down. And the guy told me when he was tuning it, he's like, what's happening is your fletching is catching the bottom of the rest.
It's the stiff part.
Yeah, so now I flipped it over so that the knock feather is on top. The problem that I have is that I always anchored the fletching in the corner of my mouth when I drew back. Well, now that I flipped that, I can't do it anymore. So my anchor point, there's like no reference for my anchor point. I have to think about a lot of different things to try. It's like the string's got to be on the tip of my nose. I got to pay attention to the level on my bow. It's got a little level on the sight. And then I anchor my release like right behind my jawbone, behind my earlobe. And it's way too much to be thinking about when you're trying to shoot at a deer. So, I don't know. I thought maybe I would have to go to a kisser button, and then I'm like, okay, that's just me getting old. So, kisser button or a peep sight, something on there. But
lots and lots of people use kisser buttons because I guess that's the whole thing about it. And I'm sure plenty of people watching do, because it gives you that positive anchor point.
Yep. Whoa.
Because literally, it's like,
hang on.
It's like put it in your mouth.
No, we're good now.
Okay.
I'm just saying, hang on to the people.
I think the kisser button is meant to go like in the corner of your mouth, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if it goes on your nose or in your mouth or something like that. I think that was the idea between the kiss. It was like, that little round. I've never used. I probably have tried one at one time. It was I got a whole bow box full of all the furniture.
Anyway, so we're gonna go out. I'm gonna put up a trail camera in a new area. I'm moving my spot again, 3rd year in a row. The old Gray Bear, I think, what are we gonna move a stand and put up a blind?
I'm gonna get your input, but I've got an idea of where it's very close to where I'm at, but that gives me more cover. I need more cover.
Yeah.
It's too much. I was telling someone, I'm like, I was telling Eric this morning. It's like, the problem with that stand, it's a great place, but the only defense, I don't want to say defense, but the only thing you've got going for you is don't move. If you don't move, you're fine. But if you go and scratch your nose, well, they can see you and how many deer have gone because I scratched my nose or kicked my butt, or usually I'm pretty good, but I can't see behind me, and that's kind of the area they come from. So I want to move it out so that I'm looking at the way that they come from, as opposed to having them come up from behind me or to my left.
One of Gray Bear's trail cameras was very productive. We'll have to definitely do something with that area. Put the pop-up line where you normally gun hunt, so that's set up. Still got to see about moving that ladder stand, and the spot I wanted to hunt was, yeah, somebody was parked there. How about that for you? Lucky me. I did about as much work as I think we could get done today. We are now.
Are we on the air?
We're on the air. Another day of hit and run rain. Did some figuring, some sorting out. Now we're gonna go set up the stands. I think a lot of times, hunting is that it is just the luck of the draw. Just go out there and put your time in. Something may walk by, something may not walk by. I suppose if you've got private land, it could be a little bit different. But state land, it's a crapshoot. You just never know. Just like yesterday, go out there to put that camera up, and that guy's parked right where I'm going to go into the woods. And it's like, what the hell is that even possible? But
one of the huge things, maybe somebody would be like, oh, well, that's the reason that you don't do this, and that's the reason my dinner is not dependent on whether or not I shoot a deer. And I don't mean that I'm living off of venison. What I mean is we're not filming a show that if we don't get so many likes and follows and twits and tweets and whatever else, like other people don't blow it all up, then we're not going to make any money. We're not going to have any food on our plate. So, it's like it's a totally different animal when you're just going out and you're just going out to go hunt. Like that. Do we ever hunt? What are you doing? No, we're not. No, we're not aggressively seeking the buck that we call wackadoo. That's not what's happening. We're not running 30 trail cameras and
we don't name our bucks.
And, we're not pulling, we don't have a contract with Onx and every other company to make sure we're wearing their hat and we're wearing our hat. Which hat am I wearing? Yeah. Hat. If we don't get a deer, what's I still get a paycheck every month, whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not we're not dependent on it. It's not like I saw a thing last night said name your favorite YouTube deer hunting thing. And there was like 20 different TV. It was like vote for was on Facebook. Vote for your favorite one. And it was like 20 of them. And at the bottom it said add your own. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll put ours on there. And then I was like, well, no, I'm not going to put ours on there because we're the only one that watches it. And all the other ones that did it, it's like none of those guys are like what we do. None of them. None of the 20 were like just two guys
knuckle dragging out in the woods
in a truck. Like two guys bitching in a truck. It's nobody's like that. They're all running, 3 cameras on every site, and that's your livelihood. It's ain't our livelihood.
Yep.
So
what you're seeing here is about 80% of the hunters in Michigan is what you're seeing here.
And they have actually we're more. It's less than that because the majority of deer hunters in Michigan have what? How much time do they have? We'll talk about my cousin. Sometimes he works weekends. Sometimes he works during the week, or sometimes he doesn't have every weekend off. He can't just go like run up every Friday and come back every Sunday and every weekend. And he's got different schedules, like on a 28-day kind of rotation. And he gets out whenever he gets out. The majority of hunters don't. I mean, yeah, a lot of guys probably take off like the first week of deer season, maybe the first like November 14th to the 21st, or whatever, or the first week of bow season, and then that's that. They don't get to come up and go whenever they want. They get to put like we used to do. You put in your week's vacation, and you have to put that in 6 months in advance or something. Like, what do you want for the rest of the next 6 months? What do you get 2 blocks of vacation or 3 blocks of vacation? What are you taking? Oh, we got to take Christmas off, and then we got to go. We got to go to the in-laws for a week there, so that's a week's vacation here in a week. So that leaves me 7 days to play around with for deer hunting. Try to tack those onto your days off. That's the majority of people.
And that's it. That's the story of us and all the other guys that are doing this. So you guys are A-okay.
Welcome to our what do we call this? It's just us videoing for us.
Yeah, it's just our vlog, our video log.
Our video log. Yeah, that's it. Vlog. Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
It's like talking Russian. Yeah, you did that for the fans, right?
That would have been my luck too.
You can just tie it around the tree so that it doesn't interfere with your putting boots on the steps or to that tree to your left. If I were any dumber, they'd make me wear a helmet all the time.
Well, that's one down. Want to get busted by the man? Pull right out there. He's probably waiting on you. So we are going to be moving this here stand to over yonder. About that, eh?
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
workout for a couple of old guys today.
We're good for opening day, for sure.
Opening day. We'll see what happens. I still gotta find a spot for Jer Bear, or if he wants to stay in the same spot. And I'll figure that out. You know, we're up here for opening week, and then go back home for a week and a half, and then come back up. So I got time, because actual bow camp isn't until the first week in November. First week of me being 60 years old.
Coot? You're like a coot. I think that's when you become a coot.
Yep, I'm an old coot now. All right.
Then there's a bunch of 70-year-olds who are going, you ain't know nothing about no being a coot. I'm a coot. You ain't a coot.
You're just a youngin'.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what I wouldn't give to be 60 years old again.
Yeah.